All right, John, here is what we call your baseline slalom freeski video. It's the video we take at the end of the year. Talk about a few things we're going to be working on, and then hopefully get one at the end of the year and compare the two and see all the improvements. So let's check it out.
John. Yep. All right, buddy. Let's go, John.
All right, like I said, good job. And let's check it out a little slower. So the first thing I really like, and we talked about this, and I told the whole group how you're bouncing around the front of your boots at the top of the turn, on top of your run, really, getting those ankles going, make sure they're flexed. That's a great job. Keep that up. I love that. Overall, decent stance, but something we worked on a lot after this video was what? Widening the stance. We need to have a ready position, athletic stance, stable, which means we're going to have to widen the feet. Widen the feet in skis and a similar distance of kind of the legs. We want a hip width stance, so we worked on it all after this video. Let's keep working on that. It's really hard to roll those skis up to like a high edge angle platform with your feet that close together, right? So, in fact, you can see a little bit here, it's hard to roll them up. I mean, your skis are pretty flat, so you probably have no choice but to kind of cheat and kind of get the turn going with a little bit of a scissoring. You're, scissoring and diverging those skis, so you kind of cheat and getting the turn going using your inside ski. So let's widen the stance. That's not going to be number one. Number two, and I'd like to have you keep that stance right there. Where you are there, maintain that throughout a consistent width like that throughout the turn and transition. But we get kind of right back. It was a little lumpy snow that day. We kind of get right back to a pretty narrow stance. So let's widen the stance. Let's think about widen the stance. Let's think about rolling the skis up on edge at the top of the turn using ankles and knees. All right, it's going to have to be ankles and knees. Right now, you're we'll call you a hippie, using your hip to get your skis up on edge. And we want to use ankles and knees first, and then we're going to move the hip to the inside and when our speeds warrant. And our third thing we're going to talk about is just not popping up in the transition. So you stand really tall, and what happens then is if you stand up really tall and up on weight in the transition, then our skis are pretty light at the top of the turn. We're looking to pressure our skis really in the fall line, but if you stand up like that, we're going to be light, they're going to skid around, and your pressure is going to be down kind of below, almost exiting fall line, like down there, right there. So fall line is that imaginary line drawn down the hill if you rode a ball, but you can just talk about it as a line straight down the hill for the most part, right, for these purposes. So in slalom in particular, and we'll talk about this, we usually use down on weighting or retraction, but let's think about not popping up tall in the transition. And transition means, between the turns. But, pretty good. You got some good ankle flexion. Your hands are in front. The stance is pretty good, just the width of the feet. All right, so three things. Widen the feet. That includes the knees too. Use ankles and knees to roll the skis up on edge. and let's not pop up tall in the transition. But good job, and looking forward to this weekend.